time for the 6th year running, making them.
Welcome on in. We'll do a shorter warm-up session because I'm a little late getting started, so we'll do a shorter one today. We'll get a couple kills in. Thank you everybody for coming out and watching. We're going to be doing some minor tweaks to the hunter. I want to see if I can maybe change a couple things, and we'll go from there. And I want to see if we can add a little animation for when he drops his bow. And then I think outside of the general AI improvements that we're going to be putting in the game later this month, I think that's it. We need to get the wolves working, and we need to get the new area working. And then it's just kind of putting it all together and making sure everything works, and then maybe extracting a build and seeing how that works. And then just seeing what other stuff we can cram in there. But yeah, that's kind of the theme of this week. And so we'll go with that. But in the meantime, we can play the silly game. That's a nice little get in the mood kind of thing for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. This game, as funny as it is, does get old pretty quick. Because there's not really a lot of content. It's literally just... stab and slash. With stupid physics.
From this path, ere it be too late.
I'm dead. Yeah. Which makes it a great, like, some people play, like, fucking Wordle and shit before they start their streams. I'm over here playing jank-ass Medieval Combat Simulator. That's a nice guard, though. Holy shit. That's a pretty... I'm starting to appreciate... Like, I don't hate a straight guard, but I appreciate the, like... early medieval kind of guard like this with a nice hook on it. I feel like a hook is just a little bit better protection. Than a straight guard. But I mean, especially this one. This is boring. This looks like a rectangle. That one's a lot better of a look. That's a lot better looking sword. Nice coin pummel. Which I appreciate a coin pummel, but I like a pear pummel or a round pummel over a coin pummel. But a coin pummel looks cool. But you have added functionality when you can fit the pummel comfortably inside your hand and sort of use it to kind of manipulate the tip of the blade. That's a nice sort of combination. Yeah.
Zone. Thy bravery is proven. No need for more.
What I'm curious about is how they managed to do the AI for this. Because it's a little awkward. It's a little awkward to control, so I'm wondering how they programmed the AI to control. I got a pretty nasty bump on the head. I'm done. Yeah, there was no recovering from that. Yeah, you're right. That balance is kind of weird. Let's see here. I don't know if I want to do that one. That's a nice big chopper. Let's do this one. That blade doesn't make a lot of sense to me because it looks like it's thick on the middle. Or is that a fuller and it's just... No, it's not. It's actually thicker in the middle. That's an interesting design. I guess that makes it a better thrusting weapon. Kind of reinforces the tip of the blade. But it would make it much harder to chop stuff. But it looks like the sides of the blade are a lot thin too, so... We'll see how this sword
Much hath
performs.
been
It's
lost,
interesting.
while loss and more.
You missed Warhorse stream? They basically covered hardcore mode, and the barber details, and some spoilers for the first... Yeah, this is a thrusting weapon. Spoilers for the first DLC. Minor stuff, like just a new feature that's coming with the new DLC. Which is basically you can paint your own coat of arms on your shield. You'll be giving set designs and be able to place them on your shield. That's what we call a bris.
Let cooler heaviness prevail on this day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it entails. Like, I imagine it's just you have a set design you can pick from and just change the color of your shield, which just makes it easier to customize instead of having to go through a store and, like, just buy the one you want. Now you can just take any shield you find and then just change the paint job on it. But we'll have to see what that entails. But it's called a brush with death, right? So you learn art stuff.
My phone.
Fucking axe to the dick. It's enough to kill you. Yeah, I would have to imagine they would let you make the Scallops coat of arms. I'd have to imagine that's the case. Spear could be fun. I'm just kind of curious. I'm curious what happens. This is the one I want. The big death stick. They also said mod tools are coming in 2 weeks.
Of terms, not of swears.
So it'll be easier to mod the game, and they're doing it on Steam rather than Nexus Mods, which is probably better. I mean, I'm sure they're both gay, but we know for sure Nexus Mods is gay, so we might as well try Steam out. It'll be their Steam workshop. How are you alive? Yeah, he's got at least 3 spikes in his femur. That's why I love this thing. It's just stupid. We'll see. They said it's gonna be probably pretty hard to do, like, scripting stuff. I think I'm fucked, guys. The nice thing about this thing is it does so much fucking damage. And there's just a really big range on it. That's it. I'm out. I got nothing. Go with a tail between my legs. Okay, spear could be tough. Okay, we got really good damage so far. That's it. Bitch slapped with a spike pole.
Consider, ere the battalion joineth the crossed on both.
That's it. Your shield doesn't really do a whole lot with this thing. There's so many spikes. I just need to get you in one spot. It won't dismember you, it won't cut your limbs off, but it gets the job done. I think this is probably the strongest weapon in the game. I say that as I immediately get fucked up with an axe.
Lauster!
I cry thee mercy.
Yeah, he hacked my arm to bits. Alright, let's see what we can do here. There it is, that's it. He's got a blood stain on his helmet. There, he's dead.
Stein the hand, good sire. Let us
Yeah, I think this thing, like, it's got so much range, it's just a problem. Like, look at that. That immediately screws up both his forearms.
Gotcha.
I got my...
And that's it. Like, the range is just such a problem.
Let her free hand be heavy up.
And it seems like it can puncture the helmets,
I am at thy mercy.
which should be an insta-kill, but whatever. GG's. So yeah, we want to open up OBS, I guess. We're going to do a cheap animation and then add some clutter, then probably have a pretty short stream today. We got most of what we wanted done yesterday. So we're sitting pretty good. Sitting pretty, as they say. And then next week, we're going to do a level selector level. So we're going to start in that level, and then you're going to be able to choose if you want to enter level 1 or level 2. So that's going to be fun. The Monastery DLC, they said winter. So what I understand from winter is early next year. Then autumn is the Legacy of the Forge, which should be Legacy of the Forge should be, they said autumn, so I'm guessing like September, October. Probably October. And then, yeah, the first one is summer. So that will be probably August. I'm going to guess August, October, and January. Maybe February. February is still technically winter. All right, so we got this guy here. But I want him to throw his bow on the ground instead of just having it drop, and then he kind of looks clueless. Let's have him throw the damn thing on the ground. So, we have an animation file for that, so we can just load that up right here and just do the bow hunter. Hey, Area 52, welcome on in. There we go. We got this lovely, beautiful retard. Look at how he holds his bow. This is how master archers hold their bows. And then we just want to load in our bow sequencer, which is this one. Yes, okay. That's just the weapon. So I think we should just do a new one. That's probably for the best. Oh, my music isn't playing. Exactly. If you can shoot a bow with nothing but your face or your head, you are an absolute master archer, and everyone should fear you. So let's get this zeroed out here. We'll rename this Bowman Misc Animations. Just like that. And then basically we can swap this out. We don't necessarily need to, but we can swap this out. With the bow bitch. And then I just need to And basically, we just want to import the idle animation. And then maybe just pick one. Maybe that spot there. And that's just like our start frame, right? So zoom in, make sure it's only one frame left. Okay, we're good. And the animation's gonna be pretty simple and straightforward. Maybe frame 8. You just kind of do a slight anticipation. Just like that. And then this guy can come up here. Let me get a bow in his hand, just so that we can proper visualize the bow and we don't have unnecessary clipping. So if we grab his bow here, you don't have it here. It's under skinned. Right here. Put that there, and we want to attach to the one-hand weapon here. Yeah, and now you can see our bowstring is right through our forearm. Oh, don't do that. We want to adjust the hand. Something like that. Then when we go into sequencer, he does a little bit of this. Which is pretty good. And then we'll go to 18. And we'll just tweak this a little bit. Something like that. It's weird that this hand doesn't move. So we'll tweak it. Okay. I'm fine with that. Now we just gotta open up the hand, right? So see that there. Then just kinda spill it out there. And that's about it. Pretty straightforward animation. We're not breaking anything. Then we just got to do a good old click and drag to get the timing a little nicer. Like so. And we also got to do what's called a snap recovery, which you guys are familiar with. That's too jumpy. We just want to kind of push this farther. Just kind of give that a little bit of a nudge. Basically like that. Whoops. Let's just get all this keyed here. Then we'll do some overlapping action, and then we're pretty much done the animation. This is just a very simple throw animation. Like that. Then we just need to that's okay. So let's find our body control. frames early. 2 frames later. Three frames later. Oh my god, I hate this thing. One frame. Then the left control. 2 frames. Okay? Then we can take this whole thing, right click it, and make it cubic so that it's a little bit smoother of a transition. Okay, so we just need to calm some shit down a little bit. I think our spine 3 is a little jerky. That. That's okay. I want to delay this a little bit more. Then I also want to just take a look here. The hand left control. Just kind of get this to calm down a little bit. That's about it. Nothing crazy, not the most beautiful throw you've ever seen, but this is a quick improvisation throw. It's not supposed to be. He's not competing in a bow throwing competition. He's just trying to quickly get rid of his weapon. And I think this is believable. Animation sequences, character, bow. Animation sequence. Bowman. Your bow. Throw. Away. Yeah, throw away. That's all you need. Buy the string upside down. So, that is that. What's next? We want to do a load this up. Great anim montage. And we'll say right here, throw weapon. And I believe this is pretty simple. Nope, this is the wrong one. It's drop weapon. That's for my throwing axe. Yeah, so now it drops weapons in the animation frame, which is fine. Now we have to go into our blueprint. What are we doing here? Blueprint. AI. And what we want to do is, instead of this drop weapon, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna drag this out about there, and we'll just do a play and a montage. And from here, we can just select whichever one we want. So just do draw. Throw away. Right there. And then we're just going to plug this into here. So it will delay for the full animation. And then it'll change our animation class and draw the weapon. So we can test that out. We load up level 2 here. And now instead of him just randomly dropping his weapon, ow. Let's focus on him. He shoots at me. Shoot again, please. Looks okay, I just wish it had some velocity to it. Can we do that? Do you think we could do that? What if we did a launch? There's got to be a way to... I don't want to make it a projectile, but we should be able to get some like momentum and velocity behind it, right? It seems like it ignores the animation. I thought maybe the momentum of the animation would cause it to kind of throw, but it doesn't want to actually throw. So what we want to do here is look for a way to... I don't want to, like, shoot it. Like, I don't want to make it a projectile. But I do want to... I'm just looking for a way to do some sort of launch system. Why is there no live chats? Rumble Studios acting up. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking for... I don't want to shoot a projectile.
Hello and welcome everyone.
We got a football mesh here.
Experimenting with the football, and I've been trying to make this work on the metric section because it is asking me where you want the inputs to be applied. Now in our case we want the inputs to be applied to the football, so you can select that.
Add an impulse.
Now can it be pressed down here?
See if we can add an impulse. Add impulse. And we want to do the x-axis, so maybe we add like a 5 here. I think this is it. All right, we figured it out, chat. I love the wind. Like, listen carefully. You can hear the arrow have wind behind it. Okay, so that kind of worked. It wasn't very strong, though, so what if we made this like 100? Pile and save. Play. I'm hoping this is too strong. I mean, that looked pretty good. That didn't look too terrible. It fell through the floor, but I don't really give a shit about that. Because you can't pick it up. You can't interact with it. What if we change this to 500? What happens? A good shot. There it is. So I just needed to work with bigger numbers in the units. That's probably my biggest gripe with Unreal Engine right at the moment is the units seem to be very inconsistent for each thing that gets implemented. So it's probably best just to put in a ridiculous fucking number and then just see what happens. And then go, okay, let's scale it back and then work from there. Because when you're working with like 5, 10, 50, and you're not seeing the thing work at all, you might think there's something wrong with your implementation of the function, rather than, oh, the unit is just too small and you're not really registering what's going on. So, I think that's important. So I would say if you're going to use something in Unreal, just put like 5,000 to start and work back. Because I'd rather have it work too well to know that it's actually working than have too low of a number and then wonder if you even did it right. I didn't want to fuck with the landscape. I want to just fix a couple of these. These tree stumps are fucking huge, and they don't really look very realistic. So we're gonna get them to calm down a little bit. This is just a little too much. Out in the woods, I don't mind if they're really big because it makes sense. But like, out here, they should be a little bit shorter. Because this tree was chopped down. It wasn't, There we go. That looks nice. There we go. Yeah, like something like this. Just doesn't look very realistic. You can have a couple that are big, but like, yeah. Should get it to calm down a little bit. I think we should make this actually bigger. And then we can maybe bring this down. Like that. Awesome. Also, we did this off stream, but I made a delicious work in progress venison. So we're gonna have a couple more skin deer and tables kind of put around through the area, but I think I'm happy with the animation. I just wanted to get that little piece done, and now we can do some clutter shit. I can't, unfortunately, show YouTube videos while I'm multi-streaming because YouTube will copyright strike it, probably, and I'll get a flag. So yeah, venison is tasty. It's a little tough. Like if you're into tender meat, venison is definitely tougher, but honestly, gamey meat has a really nice sort of texture to it. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Let's open up Maya here, and let's make a leg. We'll make a deer leg with skin, and to do that, it'll be pretty easy. And maybe we should make a meat hook. We have a scythe, but we don't actually have a hook. So we could do a meat hook. I think that would go over well. So, basically what we want to do here is just make a really cheap asset. We'll import just a leg. We'll do the buck. Bucks are nice and meaty. Basically just do that. It's like a drumstick, but with red meat, which is better and more based. Red meat is the meat of kings. Should we do the full leg or should we cut it off at the ankle? I think we should cut it off at the ankle, to be honest. Then we hit Control-Shift-I and delete. Now we got this tasty morsel. We're just gonna pull that in. And then instead of doing an extraction, because an extraction fucks your UVs, we're just gonna do something like that. And then we're just gonna do a close hole. And then this thing here, we gotta do a new UV. So we're gonna go UV automatic. Then we're just gonna make this a different texture. And I don't really care what it's called. And then we just gotta close this thing up so that it's quads. Can't have giant ass fucking N-gons. This is an amateur hour. So we're just gonna seal this bitch up. And then we want to do something similar on this side as well. Just kind of seal that off. And just add another one here. And close that hole. Oops. Let's hit 6. Okay, that's fine. Soften the edges on that. That did not work as intended. Okay, we may have broken something here. Oh, don't do that. Let's do this. And then we want to harden these edges again. Go. We want to go to mesh display is what we want to do. There we go. Look at that lovely meat. We're gonna do something similar here. And then we should be able to just soften the edge. Like that. And then... yeah, we should plug in the textures so we know what we're doing. It is all triangles anyway, that is true. This isn't animated, so N-gons aren't as big of a deal. It's like I could literally just select the whole thing and hit triangulate and it doesn't matter, but... oh well, what are you gonna do? Assets, textures, substance. Actually, I think we did it under characters. I would say it's here somewhere. Now we got this. But we got a little bit of weird stretching over here. I'm just gonna throw that into the shit pile. And then here we just gotta sort of fuck with these UVs a little bit. Unfortunately, it's a little bit tedious. What can you do? It's gonna be lower resolution, just because we gotta cram all these friggin' UVs right next to each other. So it is gonna be a little bit lower resolution, because it's not designed for this, but the real lower resolution is the friends you make along the way. Yeah, the problem is that we have this much distance that's being covered by this much UV space, so it just looks really stretched in low resolution. So you just kind of gotta spread the love a little bit, and it evens it out, and it looks less harsh. Less harsh enough that it doesn't ruin experience. See how much better that looks already? Now that we're coming around. Much better resolutions. Like I said, it's a little tedious, but the end result is you get something that looks a lot cleaner. So now we don't have virtually any stretching anymore. There's a little bit up here, I guess. But it's not bad. Fuck this up. Fill that in. There we go. Yeah, that looks less bad. We'll see about this. Let's see if we can make this bigger. It's a little bit better. Okay. Then we can go in here, and we'll make this new one flesh. Just like that. And then we'll just steal our skinned buck texture. Which is, I think, in the actual folder. But yeah, basically that's what we want to do. And then we'll just get something for the bone. Misc, animal skulls, right there. There it is. And we just want to pick something that kind of looks good. Like right there. Good enough. I don't care about it being like anatomically correct. Like technically there would be a bunch of, it almost looked like a slice of an orange. Or like if you sliced an orange in half, I should say. Where all the muscles kind of connect to the middle. But fuck it. Like that. That doesn't look too bad, actually. And then we just kind of center the pivot, snap that to the world origin here. Have some tasty venison chops. Okay, and then we gotta go and make some bones. So, probably just a cylinder. Right there. We'll keep it nice and low poly. We'll do something like 12. Probably could do 8 if I wanted to, but I don't care enough. A little bit more round. This is already a pretty low poly model, so being a little bit lazy and going a little bit higher is not going to be the end of the world. But a nice little... There we go. Soften the edge a little bit. This is just kind of like your hip bone. Yeah, we'll let that go. And then we want to do something similar over here. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. I'm not looking to make super accurate bones here. Does this say what it needs to say? I think so. So this is your, like, shin bone, basically, right? So your shin bone has 2 bones in it, so I imagine deer are similar. So we're just going to put 2 little bones there, and then the hip bone there, that's sort of like the ball joint. And then we'll call that bones. Now we just need to give them a proper texture. for that, we have an animal skull. And we just need to make sure, we got to put them in here because we need to make sure they're correctly labeled or unwrapped. And then, yeah, we can just kind of, whatever. Just cut this. And then something similar here. Pretty simple stuff here. We're not really doing anything rocket science like. It's a pretty light thing, but I think it will add a lot to the game to have just a couple more assets like this in here. So, yeah, we can just drop that there. There we go. And then we can just call this, put this under MISC. And just go SM chopped. Chooped? I don't think so. Right there. Come over here. And all of these materials we've already made, so we don't have to add anything new for that, which is great because that keeps the memory nice and low. And then, yeah, we can just import it. There it is in all its bullshit. And then we can just do there. There. And this is there. That looks tasty. Pretty simple asset. When you have all the other pieces made already, it's a pretty easy asset to make. And then we can just take this delicious piece of venison. Let's say we want to add a table. Right there. Grab that instance. Slap it there. Like that. We're gonna have lots of tables with lots of butchered animals. That's what God intended. This is one. So then we can just grab our one here. And we're instancing all of our stuff so that we have a bunch of reduced draw calls. Yeah, we can slap this guy up here. Rotate him around a little bit. Maybe make a second one. We can get a bunch of stuff in here. Oh, there's new developments in the mine shit. Interesting. Never really been one to care too much about drama. I kinda have an ability to be uninformed on that stuff. Rabbit is also really freaking good meat. You ever eat a bunny? They're friggin' tasty. This is a big one. Holy shit. These are not small animals. Probably should be quite a bit smaller. That looks good. I want this to be... that looks freaking tasty, man. I don't know. If I got a big-ass leg like that, like, obviously you want to skin that off, but... a freaking deer leg would be tasty as hell. You just get a decal in here. Yeah, we want this to be quite a bit smaller. Basically like that. So then we just look up blood. We want to do a blood pool. I think that's the way to go. And decals are nice and cheap to render, so I don't care if we add a couple of those. And then maybe a knife to go on the table here. Yeah, be tasty. You usually do, yes. Usually you'd skin the whole thing before you cut it pieces off. But I think okay. Well, I could have just taken, like, I have a full skinned leg as well. So I could have just done that, but what I was doing was, I was pretty much replicating this. More or less replicating what this is, which is just a Skyrim goat leg. Which here's the skinned version of it. But I thought it looked cool with the skin on it, even though, yes, proper, you wouldn't do this properly. Like, this is not how you wouldn't cook a goat with the fur and the skin still on it. You would want to take the skin off. Or can you? Could you theoretically peel off all the fur like you do with birds and just have, I don't know, could you cook it with the skin? You probably could, theoretically. But it's not proper, but yeah, some people do. Because you can do pig. But pig doesn't have a lot of hair on it. That's the problem. Goat has a pretty nice amount of fur on it. But yeah, you can probably do something to the skin to get the fur off of it. All right. Let's see about knives. That looks good to me. Let's go ahead here. We can do another table and a deer over there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll add meat hooks. I want to dangle the meat hooks in a couple different areas. But yeah, let's get another table out here. Number 2. And go from there. And then this table needs to be bigger. Just because the ears are pretty fucking huge. They're big animals. They're not exactly tiny. It's why they tend to kill people every year almost. I don't know if it's exactly... Yeah, it's usually... they get a couple of kills every year just from people running into them with their cars. I don't know, actually. I think they kill people. I mean, they have before, certainly, but I think they kill them pretty regularly. But maybe it's more rare than I think. Sometimes stuff like snake bites and stuff are a little bit more rare than you normally think. Like, almost nobody has died from a snake bite in North America in a very long time. Deer kill people. Yeah, they will. A buck will ram you with his antlers if he has no other choice. And they get pretty aggressive when they get horny. Yeah, snakes don't... Most people, as long as you can get access to an antidote, like if you can get to a hospital in time, snakes are pretty much... not a big deal. What's above here? We'll do that as well. I don't know if sucking out the poison... I'm pretty sure that's bullshit. I know that used to be a method that people did, but I think most people just do, like... Most people just get to a hospital as quick as they can and get an antidote. Let's chop some venison up. Yeah, like there's no way that you're gonna like hypothetically, if you could move faster than your bloodstream could pump blood up your whatever limb the snake bit you at, you could suck the poison out. Hypothetically. But you would have to be like Flash Thompson, like fucking ridiculously fast. Breaking the sound barrier with how fast you're moving your mouth to wherever you got bit and sucking it off. It's the only way you could suck out poison. It goes into your bloodstream, like it will just pump through your whole body. I think in India, people still die a lot from snake bites, but that's because that country's kind of a shithole. Literally. They shit all over the place there. But I've heard stories of people dying in India because they have a lot of trouble getting access to medicine over there. Like, the stuff gets brought in, and then the people in charge of distributing it are really corrupt and don't do their job. So people just don't get access to basic medicine. Kind of like most countries like that. Like, most of the aid to Africa just goes to a couple of people. Kind of hoard it. Blood pool here. Actually, no, it's supposed to be like this. This way. Get up a little bit. Down a bit. Beautiful. Let's grab that decal. This could be a little bit thinner. Beautiful. Tasty, tasty. You can stretch this out a little bit bigger. Blood spills, right? So it would make sense that there's more blood on the bottom. Alright, let's make a big ass meat hook. Then we can have some fun with that. I don't really care about saving these because they're just models. They don't have anything customized or anything like that, so I have the FBX file. If I need to edit them or do anything to them, I can just open the FBX file. I don't need to have a Maya scene with all my stuff neatly packed in here and placed if it's just basic models that use the same material everything else does. It's a waste of time, right? Yeah, we'll do something like this. Let's get in. I need to see how big this needs to be scale-wise. Get the player reference here. And so I were yeah, about there's good. I'd say that's an okay scale for the handle. All right. We're gonna ignore that half for now. Then we're just gonna shrink this side down a touch. Why doesn't that want us to... Okay, there it goes. Do. There we go. And then we can just do this. I'm almost like a rolling pin kind of contour I'm aiming for here. And then we'll just shrink this whole thing down a bit. I want it to be tapered a little bit, but that was too much of a taper, admittedly. Alright, then we can just smooth that edge out. Lovely design here. Probably overkill for what we're doing. We don't need this in the middle anymore. There we go. So the hand kind of fits in this area here. So the hook is just going to kind of come up through the middle. Like so. We're going to shrink this down. Make this 12. And yeah, we'll keep the bottom here because we kind of want to do like a bevel, like a rivet. Kind of like a press fit. Like that. Then we should be fine. I can just do that. Pull that up. Yeah, sure. Sometimes your best bet is just to frickin' go and then adjust it later. Just get the design out there. Then fuck with it later. Basically something like that. It's a little crude. That kind of sells it, right? And then we can just do this here. Let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. And then we want to just pull this point out. It looks like a hook to me. Maybe smooth this out a little bit. Insert with edge flow. Yeah, that looks nice and crude. I'll take it. We'll delete the history and then we'll unwrap it. I think that should be fine. I think scale-wise, we can double check the scale as well in a minute. We'll get it fixed up first and then we'll look at the scale. Just sew all that shit together. Basically just do that. Like that. And then we just want to make this iron fittings. Which is under iron. Or do we want to just... We'll make this solid iron. That will be fine. Annoying. Can't seem to send a simple texture. Classic Maya. Oh, you don't think it's that... There's definitely some snakes that are poisonous, but it could be exaggerated. I could believe it. Let's see here. Texture, substance. Yeah, that's good enough. And at this point, we say, fuck it, ship it. Apparently, Monster Hunter World Wild, comes out tomorrow, I think. And they started a bunch of reviews. And it's got half the content of Monster Hunter World, which came out in 2018. and it runs like shit. So a lot of people are... I think a lot of people are in denial right now because they think the game looks really good, but I've been kind of iffy on it for a while. We'll see. I'll probably pick it up because Monster Hunter's pretty fun, but I was in no rush to pick it up at launch. And my instincts were a little bit vindicated because, yeah, a lot of people are saying the engine runs like shit. It's the same engine as Dragon's Dogma, so they got a lot of frame rate issues, a lot of stuttering. The RE engine doesn't work really well for open world games. And there's just a well, I shouldn't say there's very little content, but there seems to be way less content than what you usually get in a Monster Hunter game, so that's a little concerning as well. But it doesn't surprise me. Capcom's been kind of high on their own farts for like 10 years now. So now they're in the kind of we're not going to try phase. But we'll see. We want it in miscellaneous or iron. We'll put it in iron. SM_meat. Oh. Beautiful. Yeah, that looks great. You could do rusted iron, but I feel like you don't want a rusty piece of steel hooked through your meat. But I don't know, maybe in the medieval times they thought it would add flavor, I don't know. I doubt it though. People like to pretend like people from the past were really stupid, but they were pretty clever with the technology they had. They understood things pretty well. They may have had some incorrect theories about like biles and shit like that, but they were... I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of shit we're wrong about too. So, yeah, I don't think they would put rusty steel through a piece of meat. There's the misconception they were very dirty. They weren't very dirty. They were pretty clean. Like, they're maybe dirty compared to like a modern sense of people who use hand sanitizer every 5 minutes because someone sneezed in the office, but they were not... They weren't covered in mud and shit all the time. Yeah, I think they were pretty cleaned. Like, they didn't... Yeah, they didn't have a modern interpretation of what germ theory is now, but like they would understand if you were around certain things and got sick. They knew the cause of it. It wasn't like they were just like, well, germ theory wasn't invented, so feel free to stick your dick in that rotten pig carcass. Like, no, they knew you went around filthy things. There's a reason why the knackers and the tanners and the hangman executioner and all these people who worked with lots of dirty germ-infested stuff, especially around dead bodies, they were not allowed to live inside the city for sanitation reasons. People who clean out the shit in the latrines were not allowed to live in the city. And part of that's kind of like, hey, that's kind of rude because that guy cleans your shit out. A little gratitude probably would be nice, but I think the idea is it just spreads too much disease. Look at those tasty hooks. This is a chieftain tent that doubles as a dry age. Meat storage. Don't worry about it. I just think it will look cool if you see a bunch of hanging things dangling from frickin' hooks. Don't bother me about the details. AFP. But yeah, no, I think they were pretty disciplined. And they talk about, like, the Black Plague and shit. I wonder how much of the deaths were caused by public officials giving shitty health advice. Kind of like with what happened with all our stuff. Because a lot of people have talked about like the Spanish flu. A majority of the deaths were caused due to the response to the flu and not so much the flu itself. One of the biggest ones was the masks and the cause of bacterial pneumonia because they kept wearing masks over their face all the time, thinking it would cloth mask would protect you from a tiny ass fucking virus. And I think that killed a lot of people, so fun. Now, one of these hooks is going to be empty because we don't need every frickin' thing to have a hook through it. It's hard to see where it is. polio variant. Yeah, polio can be pretty rough. What are the odds? Do you think that... Is it possible the polio virus just mutated to be endemic and just it's harmless now for the most part? I guess some people can still get bad cases of polio in third world countries. But I wonder if, like, there's a natural immunity to it as well. Because a lot of people in third world countries, their immune systems aren't going to be very good either because they're malnourished. So they're more susceptible to viruses and worse symptoms than otherwise healthy people would be. Because they lack proper nutrition. That's a huge factor that really nobody even thought of addressing with COVID shit. Was like, get your nutrition up. Make sure you're eating your proper vitamins and minerals and getting all of your stuff in there so that you can have a robust immune response when you do get infected. Like, I think that would have been a smart play. Now, obviously, public health officials had a different idea going on with how they were handling the virus. They weren't necessarily looking to... they weren't necessarily looking to save people's lives in particular. That may not have actually been their goal, but... I guess if they were trying to actually save people's lives, you would have thought they would have probably done something like that. Just promoted more healthy eating and stuff. Yeah, no, a lot of people have done that and recommended that, but yeah, you just don't hear that from the CDC and other health agencies. Alright, I think we're pretty much good here. I said we were going to do a shorter stream today, so... we're pretty much just fucking around with clutter. Yeah, there's a couple more things we could add to this area. Like a couple of chests and crates and stuff. Some more crates and shit over here, maybe. We can do a little bit more, I guess. We'll go till 4:30. Then we'll call it. I'm feeling pretty good about what we accomplished yesterday and the day before, that I'm kind of like, whatever. We're ahead of schedule, kind of. I don't necessarily want to jinx it and then get fucked when it's the end of March and I'm trying to get a demo out and the stupid thing's not ready. But I actually was gonna, for the most part, play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 all month. And I decided I don't need a whole fucking month off. That's too much time off. So we went back to work after 2 weeks, which is still a pretty big amount of time off, to be honest. I guess that's kind of standard vacation if you have a decent job. If you have a shitty job, it's 1 week. But if you have a half-decent job, yeah, it's usually about usually 2 weeks. 3 in here. Yeah, 5 and 6. Let's get a couple of those in there. Yeah. Maximizing deaths keeps you in a state of emergency, which gives them a shitload of powers. Which is real convenient. It's hard to convince people to stop doing a thing when it gives them a lot of benefits. They have no incentive not to stop. We should put stuff in these crates too, but we won't do that today. Just want to kind of get that filled in. Is there a log bench in these? No, there is not, I don't think. There's stools. You could add a couple stools here. So yeah, next week's going to be interesting because we're going to be starting... You know what I don't have that I should really get? It's just sacks. We have no sacks in this game. That's actually like really important. Whether it's for charcoal, grain, whatever, you should have sacks of shit. So maybe that's something we could look at next week as well. Yeah, that's something we should use, because that's like a pretty standard clutter item. That weed is fucking humongous. Which weeds do get that big, like that's wheat. Wheat can get taller than you. That's not necessarily unrealistic, but I'm just going to shrink it down a little bit. Because I feel like if you were in a camp and you had the weed that's 6.5 feet tall, you would probably cut it out. Instead of it being in your way. Is it because it's not selected up here? No, I can select that. Is that baked into the material? Yeah, it must be baked into the material. Alright, fuck it. Just get random spouts. Or... I'll fix it this way then. It's compiling shaders. There it is. It's because we loaded in that other level and it fucked everything up. So it's recompiling shit. So we'll just set this to Dirt 03. Boom, no more giant fucking weeds. It's that simple. Yeah. It's looking good, gentlemen. Looking good. Alright, let's go see if we can find someone to raid. Oh, you're doing a stream? I'll raid you then. I thought you said you weren't gonna do one today. Yeah. Take your time. Tomb Raider, eh? They really need to play the stream with your mouse when your mouse hovers over the thumbnail. That's a really nice feature, and like, fuck, YouTube does it. Twitch does it. I think even porn sites do it. That's a pretty basic feature, Rumble. Even if you just create like the upcoming stream synth, I think I can raid you from that even. Because technically the link is live at that point. Yeah. I think I can get away with building the lighting. So I'll build the lighting and it shouldn't affect our ability to turn off the stream or whatever. So no big deal. Yeah, I'm gonna do some grocery shopping. I need to figure out something to cook. I've already eaten today. I don't think I need to eat anything. Maybe I'll eat a little bit, but I need to cook something for the rest of the weekend for work. I'm also wanting to do... I think I want to set an AI thing. So if I'm blocking with my shield and I got my shield in front of me, there's more space in front of me that's blocked off. So naturally, the enemy that's fighting you will naturally want to back off because there's no more space to close that distance. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find a way to manipulate that distance. And that will be more dynamic too, so where the enemy feels comfortable being in front of you would be kind of interesting. Instead of him kind of locked in the same spot, make it a little bit more dynamic. That'll make it feel more authentic. At least I think that will. And then we also need to make a defense mode, so we kind of have him do his offensive stuff, but it's not very reactive to what you're doing. So what I think I want to do is if the AI takes damage, he goes into defense mode for like maybe 2 to 4 seconds. So we'll do a 3-second wait time with a variation of plus or minus 1 second, where he's just blocking and defending himself so that you can't just spam attack in one direction and just keep hitting him, because he goes in offensive mode, you hit him, he does his little damage animation, and then he goes right to changing his stance to attack you again, ignoring the fact that you just hit him, so you can just keep hitting him in the same position and spam the same direction, and he doesn't have a reaction to it. So I think what we want to do is force him to play defense and keep him guarding your stuff. I think that's the smartest answer. All right, let's see if synth is up. Not yet. Soon, though, I bet. It takes a few minutes to get through all the Rumble shit. It's not like Twitch. Twitch is pretty easy. It's like one click and you're live. Yeah, this is a little bit slower. We're almost gonna bake the lighting. It's happening pretty quick. We're at 82%. Oh, you're live. Just wasn't showing up on my feed. That's weird. Alright, here goes. Maybe the feed is just a little slow to update. Wow, that worked right away. I was supposed to wait a little bit. Alright guys, go say hi to Synth. Thanks for hanging out, and we will be posting shit on Twitter and Minds. Basically highlights from today, so... If you've been here, you won't see anything too new. Maybe new baked lighting, that's about it. But yeah, we'll catch you guys around next week. Monday... We'll do the sacks on Monday, because Monday's kind of a overtime shift day, so it's kind of a fucking piss around day. We kind of have a hard time limit, although I've been pretty much 3 hours throughout the week lately, so whatever. I just don't like to commit to something big on Mondays, so we won't do that. But yeah, we'll see you guys Monday, and then we will try and do... Shouldn't miss any days unless Rumble shits the bed again, so... Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you later.